All right, man. Welcome back to Make Your Mark NBA channel. It's your boy Mark here again. So, starting with this video, I'm going to be talking about some individual players in the NBA right now that are playing at an elite level. And I'm going to make a video about each and every one of them and talk about, hypothetically, if they win a championship this year, what would that do for their legacy? And what I mean by saying that is, them winning a championship, where would that move them to all time in regards to the all-time NBA rankings? You know, whether it be their exact position or just in general, like what tier would they be on? So in this video right here, I wanted to start with Steph Curry. Even though the Warriors have had their struggles this year a little bit, I don't think that's going to last the remainder of the season. You know, Steph was injured for a second. He just got back in the lineup. So, and in my opinion, even though the Warriors are at a 500 record, I think with what they've been able to accomplish up until this point, they should still be viewed as the favorites to come out the West. Yes, believe it or not, I do think that. And I'm saying believe it or not, I don't think anybody would really question that too hard anyway. It's not really that controversial in my opinion. Of course, some other people might pick somebody else that they think might come out the West. The West is very competitive, so we'll see. But out of respect, I would give the Warriors their credit based off what they've done up until this point. But right now, Steph Curry has 4 championships. He has a Finals MVP. He's won 2 regular season MVPs. One of them was unanimous. All right. Only time in NBA history that a player was voted as a unanimous MVP for the regular season was Steph Curry in 2016. So if Steph Curry were to win a 5th championship this year, and let's say that he wins a Finals MVP, then, you know, the case for him being in the top 10 all time for NBA players will be more legitimate. And actually, it would be almost, I wouldn't say impossible, but very difficult to argue him not being in the top 10. Now, some people might say, well, who would you take out? You know, who would you take out? I think if he was able to do that, I think you could argue to take Kobe out, in my opinion. I know the Kobe fans might not like that. That's fine. I think you could argue to take Shaq out. All right. I think you can even argue to possibly take Wilt Chamberlain out. I think you could even make a case to possibly take Larry Bird out. It's close. If he wins 5 championships, then the argument about who's the greater point guard or who's the greatest player listed as a point guard, because, you know, Steph, he's not really a traditional point guard. He's really a 6'3" shooting guard, almost like a Jerry West. Like, you know, they're like combo guards. They're the size of a traditional point guard, but they don't play like that. But either way, the conversation about who's the greatest point guard in NBA history between him and Magic Johnson, I mean, at that point, if he's able to capture a 5th title, I mean, you could borderline almost say that they're tied. I mean, of course, you could still nitpick, you know, and I mean, I'm not saying nitpick like in a bad way. I'm just saying sometimes you got to nitpick in regards to comparing these all-time greats because it's so close. Because Magic would still have one more regular season MVP. He would technically have one more Finals MVP, even though I think that Steph should have also won in 2015. They both are 2 of the most impactful players in NBA history in different ways. You know, Magic is a revolutionary player, you know, a player that helped other players understand that even though you're 6'9", you can run the point. That's why we have different players that are considered point forwards, including LeBron James. You know, Steph Curry, we already know what he's done to revolutionize the game with the 3-point shooting. So, you know, Steph Curry would have a case not only to be in the top 10, but he may even have an outside argument to be almost possibly considered top 5 based off his impact and what he's been able to do on that Warriors team. And the Warriors would be a dynasty. They would be the team of this era, just like the Bulls were the team of the 90s. The Warriors would be the team of the mid-2010s into the mid-2020s for that 10-year stretch, if Steph is able to capture another championship. So, you know, Steph Curry is already an all-time great. People are arguing already for him being top 10. I don't think you can definitively make a case that he is without a shadow of a doubt top 10. But if he does that, I'm not sure, somebody might have to come out, man. Somebody might have to come out. All right, those 4 players I named, if Steph Curry can win again, somebody has to slide out. And it would be, difficult to determine. Hell, it might even be to a point where, we have to have more than 10 players in the top 10 because some players will be tied in some people's minds. I mean, honestly, if Steph wins another championship, him and Tim Duncan basically have the same career in regards to team and individual accolades. All right? So, if Steph Curry can do that, man, that would do a lot for him, and that would also further separate him from any notion, and I'm pretty sure most people don't even really care about this no more, but that will further separate him from any notion about, KD needing to come onto his team or anything like that. It actually will validate Steph as really being the face, the leader, and still arguably the best player on all 5 of his championship teams if he can win 3 outside of those 2 he won with Kevin Durant. That will further, legitimize that even when KD came there, that was Steph's team, and, everything still revolved around him. And most people already think that already, but that will completely put it to rest. But speaking of KD, that's who I'm going to do a video on next. So, once again, if you guys enjoyed the video, please give me a like, leave your comments. If you're new to the channel and you like the video, hit the subscribe button. And once again, all praise be to the Most High. Thank you again.